People ask pretty often, Voo, are you going pro? Why aren't you on a pro team? Or why don't they put you in FPL or something like that? The assumption being that I'm good enough to go pro. Here's the thing, boys. I have coached at a very high level. I've coached pretty good MDL teams. I've played at a relatively decent level. I mean, I've played some games of advanced. I've played a lot of main. There's a huge gap between me, who can easily, comfortably sit in Face It 10 and analyze games to a high level and coach at a high level. There's a huge difference between me and someone that can play at a professional level. And there's a difference between knowing the game to a really high level and being able to accurately play the game to a really high level, because there's a couple of things that come in. Number one is the idea that just because you know it doesn't mean you can actually do it in game in the right moment. Because the most important thing for me, I understand some people, the most important thing is actually knowing what to do if they've been given time to think. However, at a high level, it's not about knowing what to do if you have a minute to think about it. It's knowing what to do when you don't have any time to think about it and you need to immediately make the right decision. And I struggle with that. I've always struggled with that. That's why I was a good IGL, because if you're given a couple of seconds, I can think of the right answer typically. However, coming to the right answer in a millisecond is often a bit of a struggle for me. So I can't really do that all that effectively. And that's what you need in order to compete. It's not about sitting back and being able to know it a minute later. Well, not a minute later, but even 5 seconds, right? That's too long. It's really micro decisions being made constantly that you make not consciously. You basically play on instinct when you're actually in the game. A lot of the thinking is maybe like if you're in a clutch or something, like what are they doing next? All this type of thing. A lot of the actual decisions that really matter for kills or not killing people are micro decisions that are on instinct. And the second one is really great, guys, because you know what you have to do to play at a high level. You gotta fucking shoot people in the head. And as evidenced by my Leadify stats, my Leadify stats actually show that I have pretty solid aim. That's 83, utility usage 90, positioning 83. Yeah, my aim seems solid, right? But then if I head on over to my actual stats for aim, my headshot percentage is 13%, and that's with rifles. That's not including the op, okay? I struggle to shoot people in the head, all right? I really do. To finish off the thought, it's not impossible that I could play maybe, like theoretically, maybe I could play at a MDL level. Maybe it's possible. I can't rule that out. If I was to sit down and take a long period of time and actually put in 2 years refining my gameplay in the moment, and refining my aim, because those are the things that really just come with practice. And I would need to sit down and spend a year and a half or 2 years to go from my level to approaching an MDL level. I'm not going to spend a year and a half doing that. I don't have the motivation to do that. I'd rather make content. Okay, so there you go. What is MDL? It's Premier. It's the ESEA's highest division below professional.